Show starts in 5 minutes.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us, and we extend a cordial welcome to you. We've lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on our giant screen with the new, colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading about. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome.
Hey, fellas, don't fight over that hot dog. There's plenty for everyone. Big, plump, and juicy, wrapped in an oven-fresh bun. Add mustard, relish, ketchup, and go to work. Yes, the hot dogs at our refreshment center are the best you'll find anywhere. Everybody agrees on that.
It's 4 minutes till showtime.
Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. We promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now. Let's go! Show starts in 3 minutes.
Your attention, please. All new hotshot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heater through car window and turn on the switch. When leaving, please turn switch off and replace on speaker post. Warning, high voltage. For your own safety, do not attempt to repair or remove wires. Do not attempt to open heater unit. If you need assistance, please notify the theater box office or concession manager.
It's 2 minutes till showtime.
Popcorn, candy, ooh, hot dog, popsicle. Oh boy, Santa orange.
Show starts in 1 minute.
There are words men live by, words of strength, of wisdom, and of peace. We urge you to find the spiritual comfort and guidance we all so greatly need by attending your place of worship regularly.
Here's a new taste treat, the corn dog. Plump, juicy wieners are dipped in a thick, golden Southern-style corn batter that seals in all their freshness and flavor. If you like hot dogs, you'll love corn dogs. Everybody does. Try a corn dog with your favorite beverage. At the refreshment corner now. Corn dogs.
Broadcasting live from beautiful Union City, New Jersey. This is your movie quiz for Wednesday, May 12th, 2021. Here we go, everybody. Hello and welcome to the Movie Quiz, part of the Trivia List network of games. I am your host, Chris Mann-Nelson, and in just a couple minutes, I am going to be asking you 4 rounds of movie-themed questions. This is a completely interactive game. You don't have to just sit by and watch this game. If you're watching us on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, just head to this website right here, tmq.thetrivialist.com. and you can get yourself into the game. You just put in your email address and your team name, pick a good team name, and you will be in the game. It's a completely free game to play. We do ask for a suggested donation. We'll get into that a little later. But once you enter your team name, you will be playing against tonight's guests. Very special guests. I'm really excited to have them both here. Like I said up top, Movie Quiz is part of the Trivia List network of games, and that network is expanding tomorrow with a brand new show called Feeling Smart with Phoebe and Phil. And tonight, playing the game again, we're going back to head to head. No more love fest. They're going back head to head this week. It's Phoebe Kingsak and Phil Hughes. Phoebe and Phil are here.
Hello.
Hey, all.
How you guys doing?
Good. It's a beautiful Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday. So we were talking a little bit about before the show, and you guys are friends going way back. Now soon to be co-hosts as of tomorrow. And Phoebe, you said that one of the cool movie things that you guys used to do is that you would host Marvel viewing excursions, I guess you would call them. So if you want to talk a little bit about that and maybe some fun anecdotes from those trips.
Yeah, I just was always into those movies since 2008 when the first Iron Man came out, and then we went to college and I was like, I don't have to be the only one going to these movies by myself. Phil and I were tour guides back at NYU, and I was the community development person, basically the social chair. And I was like, hey, I like these movies. I think y'all like going to movies with me. Let's just take 30, I guess we weren't teenagers, 20 somethings to a movie, to the midnight screening of Avengers. It was like May 2nd, 2012 or something. And I was like, but everyone has to dress up. You have to have something comic book related. I think I went the most hardcore and I was sexy Iron Man. Yeah, I don't know. Phil, what do you remember of that night?
Well, the night that we went to see Avengers, I remember you telling everyone that they did need to dress up. And in college, I was not quite as extroverted as I am now. And so I was petrified when I get to the theater and all of my friends are in full costume going to watch a movie. And there I am just wearing a t-shirt with the Captain America shield on it. I don't know those people. It's just, I'm just gonna go sit over there.
Phoebe was sexy Iron Man, and you were petrified Captain America.
He was Captain America for this hero.
Just hiding behind the shield.
Yeah.
But
Phil really improved since then. Captain America: Civil War. That was 2016. We had a bit fewer than 32 people. We only had about 12 people for that one. But you were Captain America, and I was, of course, Iron Man again.
Yes, that was fun. That was a little fun moment after college to get back together and kind of relive those glory days, but with the Cap versus Iron Man motif from us. We took a really cute photo from that. I think that's one of my favorite photos of us. I should.
Did you guys kind of you said it was upwards of 30 people? Did you kind of own the theater with that many people, or?
We did.
unfortunately.
So we had a practice round before that with the Hunger Games. It came out in March of 2012, and we learned that you can get a big bucket of the popcorn, and if you all have bags, you just dump the popcorn into bags and then just keep getting free refills. I think we only had 18 people at the time, but we really like gamed the system.
That's that's still a lot of people. I don't know if I know 18 like 17 other people. That's quite a lot of people. And as you did you say you did this all the way up through Endgame?
Yeah. Phil was very much like, I don't want to go in a big crowd of people. I need to like savor the moment. But it was only about maybe 8 people that came with us to Endgame, so it was a lot smaller.
Because I found I used to do midnight movies when I was in college too. I used to see like I would have to go midnight. I don't know if we did Thursday. It may have still been like, I guess it was Thursday into Friday. Mm-hmm. But I feel like as I got older, it just like it got like harder, and like every year that passed was just like I started like missing the movies almost, because I was just like it was harder to keep up. But I think my favorite midnight movie moment was Return of the King. It was really just like, it was, everyone just cheered when Aragorn hopped off the boat. And I was tired, and that's a long movie to see. That is a very long midnight movie. Like even the theatrical cut is just like excruciatingly long. But that got everybody going again. Yes, I am a sleepy old man. That is that is true. I've only gotten sleepier with time. All right, so I think we're ready to get started. Are you guys ready to get into the game tonight?
Yes, let's do this. I'm very excited to see if I watch enough movies.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out one way or another. So, all right, let's put this into in-game mode. In-game mode has been activated, and the game is underway. So, our first round tonight is called Long Running Series. It's all about, because I know you guys, as we were just discussing, you like MCU and Hunger Games, lots of like big expanded universes. This is all about series that lasted a long time. And so the way it's going to work is I am going to give you the name of a series, and you're going to tell me how many different decades have seen the release of at least one entry into the series. Okay. So like if, for example, if I gave you Mission Impossible released movies in 1996, 2000, 2006, 2011, 15, and 18. So your answer, that's 3 different decades. So the answer would be 3, not the number of movies, but the number of decades that had at least one release. A couple of notes: decades for this purpose begin with, it's the 0 year, ends with the 9 year, and completed movies that would have come out in 2021, or that would have come out in 2020 and are coming out in 2021 count towards a movie's total, but not like announced movies or movies that are coming out in 2022. If it's movies in the can and it would have been out already, it counts towards the series total. All right. So let's jump into our first series. I'm looking for the Star Wars original and prequel trilogies. Just those. Not the sequel trilogies, just the original and prequel trilogies. How many decades are covered in those movies' releases?
Yeah, Lord of the Rings and Star Wars are not my thing.
I'm trying to remember my brother's birthday to hope that I get this right, but we'll see.
All right. So the original Star Wars came out in 1977. Then the sequels to that came out in 80 and 83. There were 2 prequels in the 2000s, but Phantom Menace is 1999. So your answer is 4. 4 yes. Different decades are covered. 59% of teams got that right. All right. Question number 2. James Bond. Ooh. James Bond. How many different decades are covered by James Bond movies? Give this one a few extra.
R.I.P. to the legend, Sean Connery. That was just a couple months ago, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was sometime in 2020.
Oh, yeah. What is time?
I have not seen all the James Bond movies, so this one was a questionable one.
So this is one where that little asterisk came into play because there was supposed to be a 2020 James Bond movie, the last Daniel Craig movie. It's coming out in 2021. So that means that every decade since the 1960s is covered. It's 7 decades: the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s. All covered. Seven different decades. Did you get that one right, Phil? You or was that sweating at how the sheer volume of films?
It was a few because I got it right because I definitely forgot about that last Daniel Craig one, and I was like, what year was that?
Yeah, it should have been. Well, it's confusing. It's like in a void. All right, here we go. Question number 3. Rocky and Creed. All the Rocky movies and the Creed movies, because it's really, basically one big series. All right, Rocky and Creed. How many decades?
Is it bad? I don't think I've seen any of these. Yeah.
The first Rocky and the first Creed. I haven't seen Creed 2, but the first Rocky and the first Creed are worth seeing, and I feel like everything else is pretty skippable.
Oh, I thought
I can't vouch for Creed 2, though. I've heard good things about Creed 2.
Whoops.
All right. So I think this one might have been a stumper. Your answer is 5. 5. It's 1976 is the original. Then there's a few in the 80s. Rocky 5 is 1990. So he snuck the 90s in there. Rocky Balboa is 2006. And then the Creed movies are the 2010s. So 5 decades are covered. All right. Here we go. Question number 4. Indiana Jones. How many decades for the Indiana Jones series?
This will definitely be one that gets me disowned by my family. My father does not like movies, but he will watch an Indiana Jones movie. So he's seen all of them. I've seen all of them. I hope I did not mess this up.
Did your dad like the Shia ones?
We don't acknowledge that.
That's definitely the one that nobody wants to talk about. So there are 4. There's allegedly going to be a 5th, although I don't understand how that's humanly possible for Harrison Ford to do it at this point. I mean, for like an 80-year-old, he looks great, but he's not like, he's got to be Indiana Jones. But believe it or not, even though there's 4 movies and it took a long time for them all to get made, it's only 2 different decades.
What?
The original series is 1981 to 1989, and then 2008. So it's actually only 2 separate decades that had Indiana Jones movies. That one was kind of a tricky. Here we go. If Ryan wants 5 more indie movies, all with Harrison Ford, or you just want to punish this elderly man with his physical stunts? All right, here comes question number 5. The Planet of the Apes reboot trilogy. Not the whole series, but just the Planet of the Apes reboot trilogy, the one with Andy Serkis. Jane says Shia LaBeouf canceled. I feel like Shia LaBeouf gets canceled like regularly. I feel like he's been canceled multiple times, but he just won't stay canceled.
The call's coming from inside the house.
All right. This one was another kind of tricky one. It's actually, they're all in the 2010s. All of these are just in one single decade. All right. Question number 6. Bill and Ted, the Bill and Ted trilogy. How many decades does the Bill and Ted trilogy, not how many does it span, but how many entries?
I might also have to give back my cinema studies degree, Phil, so I'll be right there with you at registrar.
Okay, great. We can return ours together and get a full refund.
Yeah. Give me that $250,000.
I feel like there would have to be like they would have to like I would have to account for it somehow. Like they would have to go through me and my irrational questions before your degrees are invalidated. All right, so Bill and Ted, just the third one, long delayed, just came out last year in the 2020s. But the first two, even though they're only separated by a couple years, they're in two separate decades. They're in the late 80s and the early 90s. Wow. So your total is 3. All right, 2 more questions in round 1. Alien is the series, and not counting Alien versus Predator, just the 6 main continuity Alien movies. There are 6 main Alien movies if you take Alien versus Predator out of the equation.
Was the Fassbender movie Predator or Alien? The one that came out in 2012? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't. I don't know which one that one is.
Hang on, sorry guys. I think I lost you for a second, but I think I'm back. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, great. All right. So your answer to this one, Phoebe, I froze up there when you were asking about the Michael Fassbender ones.
Well, yeah, I was just wondering, is that Alien or Predator?
That is Alien. I froze with my hand on my mouth, apparently. That's very attractive.
I was horrified at what I was saying.
A good look. So those are Alien. Those movies are Alien movies. And they both came out in the 2010s. So you've got the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, and then the 2010s. So your total is 4.
Yes.
Hang on. Where is that?
Nice.
4 is your total. And your final question of the round. The Fast and the Furious.
Oh, Lord.
The Fast and the Furious. How many decades have seen a Fast and Furious movie?
Too many. The answer to this question is too many.
No, I was going to say not enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to outer space in Fast 12
All right.
or whatever.
Take me there.
I know. I feel like it's every long-running franchise's duty to eventually end up in space. And they kind of have to. So this is another one where the 2020-2021 rule comes into effect, because there is Fast 9 is coming out, and it was supposed to come out last year. They started in the 2000s. There were more in the 2010s. So your answer is 3. 3 decades of Fast and Furious movies. Nicely done. 71% of teams got that right. Good job. Let's take a look at your scores and standings after one round. This was a hard one. This was harder than I thought it would be, because our highest score is 5. Everybody's very close, though. Everybody's incredibly close. Let's read all the 4s. Good God Lemon, Lunatunes, Feeling Smart. Phil has 4. Flannel Panel with 4. Meaty Tuck with 4. Phoebe also has 4. And your leaders with 5. All tied at the top. The Turds, Chris, and Sterling Cooper rolling deli bets. So that was harder than I thought it would be. But everybody, it's kind of no harm, no foul. I think everybody was sort of on an even footing, it seems. All right, so that's going to bring us to our second round of the night, which is our picture round. And Phil, you had said that you know a lot of animation, and you had even done a little something with Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
So I worked off of that, and your round is all about live action. It's live action cartoons. Name the live action adaptation of an animated TV series. So these are all movies that tried to fix what wasn't broken and turned a cartoon into a live action. Everyone says they're in an ad. Okay, let me know. Let me know when you're out of the ad. I'll give it a second. Sorry, everybody. Let's just wait for that. Let me know how it. So, Phil, what was the thing that you did?
Oh yeah, so I had a really cool, awesome opportunity with Avatar: The Last Airbender. For anyone who's familiar with that show, from the early 2000s, where they brought a bunch of fans together and we did a round table to discuss some of the hottest theories and thoughts within the show. I made a lot of people very angry with my thoughts and feelings, but it was awesome. It was a really cool experience. Nickelodeon and that whole team is great to work with. So if you're a fan of Avatar, you should definitely check it out on their YouTube channel.
Oh, that's awesome. That's terrific. Okay, so Andrew's still in ads. I'm gonna wait 5 seconds and then I gotta go ahead because it's happening at different intervals. So anyway, just a refresher for everybody. If you are sorry, this is throwing me off. I don't know who's seeing what at what time now. Live action cartoons. Name the live action adaptation of an animated TV series. Okay, let's get it. I'm going to jump ahead to round 2 and bring up your field to answer it. And here's your first movie. Name the movie. And if the movie and the TV show are different from each, have a different name or a slightly different name, you should be able to name either.
Who's that playing Fred?
Rick Moranis.
Oh.
All right. I think everybody got their answers in. Yep, that's actually, Rick Moranis is Barney Rubble, and John Goodman is Fred Flintstone. This is the 1994 adaptation of the Flintstones. Yes, you're just naming the movie. Name the movie, or if the name of the TV show is a little different, you can name either one. But most of them line up exactly right. All right, number 2. What is this one?
You don't speak it out loud.
Yes, just for everybody who got stuck in ad hell, my apologies for that. Just name the movie. Name the movie or the cartoon that it's based on. In most instances, they are the same. Those are one and the same.
I'm like deeply offended this is in here, I have to say.
It's the Last Airbender. It is the Last Airbender, based on Avatar: The Last Airbender. Let me regrade some of these. Some people put Avatar, but that is correct. That's also correct because that's the name of the show. I think that's the only one that has any kind of variation between the two, between the show and the movie title. All right. Question. Movie number 3. Name the third movie. What is this one? And starting the timer now.
These are memories are being unlocked.
Yeah. Things you have not probably thought of in a long time. I feel like nobody's probably thought of this movie in quite some time.
No.
Not in my daily life, no.
Imagine if this was something that came up like in your brain on the regular, just like, man, I wonder what it's. George of the Jungle. The answer is George of the Jungle. If you're just thinking about this all the time and thinking about how Brendan Fraser also did another like lower tier. He did Dudley Do Right in the same era.
Did he really?
Yeah, just like constant. Like I don't even know if either of those are Hanna-Barbera or if they're just like they're not Disney, they're not Warner. They're just like, and that was where he made some money with those. All right, your fourth movie. What is this?
I was going to say Brendan Fraser is a national treasure.
Yes. Yoni says we should be canceled for what we did to Brendan Fraser. I agree. He got like really unfairly memed with that like clap thing that he did at the Golden Globes, where he like kind of spastically clapped, and everybody like the dude has like a body of like a pretty fun body of work, and he just got reduced to this like weird clap. All right, so this 6 teams got this right. This one was on the harder end. The squinting is kind of a giveaway for this. This is Leslie Nielsen as Mr. Magoo. There was a Leslie Nielsen Mr. Magoo movie in the post Naked Gun Leslie Nielsen era. Question number 5, movie number 5. What is this? Starting the timer now.
This is one that I wish I thought about more often than I do.
I know. Have you ever seen this version of it? I feel like I watched this show growing up all the time, but I don't think I ever saw this.
I did. I've seen it a couple of times. It used to be on Disney Channel a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Theaters. I think it's like 95, 96 or something.
And then they made like a sequel without Matthew Broderick. I think it was like, I want to say French Stewart from Third Rock from the Sun. But this is Matthew Broderick in the original theatrically released Inspector Gadget movie. This is Inspector Gadget. 82% of teams got this right. Excellent work. Nicely done. All right, question number 6. Movie 6.
Honestly,
I feel like I'm anticipating a high success rate on this one too.
I hope so. I hope for the fate of our world, the fate of our children, the future, that everyone recognizes just the epicness of this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally downloaded the CD off of LimeWire in the early 2000s.
As you should.
That's like the perfect way to experience this soundtrack. It's like you have to like do it 5 different times to get through all the mislabeled files that were on there.
Yes.
All right,
some watermarks.
Some good guesses like Bratz. Bratz is a pretty good guess for one of these, but this is not. This is Josie and the Pussycats. Josie and the Pussycats. 71%. Yes. High percentage rate. Nicely done. The fate of Phil's faith in humanity is restored, or at least for the movie quiz audience. All right, question number 7. Probably a high percentage on this one too, I'm thinking.
I have a lot of feelings about this one too.
This is another one that I feel like I have not really. I've seen parts of it, but I've heard great things. Yeah, Jane says this movie rules. Is that Ben Shapiro? It looks like Ben Shapiro. Yeah, and it's an adaptation of the Ben Shapiro cartoon. It's not Ben Shapiro. That's Emil Hirsch in the Wachowskis' adaptation of Speed Racer. This is Speed Racer, which I've heard great things about. Phil, what are your conflicting feelings on it?
I think, I loved the original Speed Racer cartoon. I just feel like this one I feel like it wasn't a good adaptation of the story. That's all, especially it was very super futuristic, and I kind of was hoping for that classic Speed Racer feel to it, but it was very much futuristic.
Wait, now Emil Hirsch is canceled too. I didn't know this. I can't keep up. I don't know what he did. Don't tell me what I'll find out later. I didn't know. This one's not on me. I honestly did not know. I did not. I did not. I'm not. I can't be canceled. I didn't know what happened.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know. I purposely didn't put Fat Albert in this one because I was gonna get yelled at, I'm sure. But I got getting yelled at for putting canceled people in it anyway. All right. Here is your final movie. I bet is this dog canceled too? Did this dog do something?
No, look
probably.
at that.
If I put it in the quiz, it probably did something. It did something bad. If I.
Oh my gosh.
Matthew Fox is canceled too. What is I'm out of the loop. I'm out of the loop. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
All right, good percentage on this one. Nicely done. Because this was kind of lesser known. This is Underdog. This is the adaptation of Underdog, starring Jason Lee. I think Jason Lee was Underdog, and he's also Dave Seville in the Alvin and the Chipmunks movie. So he's got a few of these live action movies under his belt. All right, so let's take a look at your scores and standings after 2 rounds. Here at the halfway point of the game. We've got, let's read the 11s here. We got Phil with 11, Flannel Panel with 11, Meaty Tuck with 11, the Turds in second place with 12. They're tied with Sterling Cooper, Roland Deli Betts, and just ahead of them with 13 is Chris. Very close though, very close game. And Phoebe, you're not that far. You're not that far out of that grouping too. You've got 9. So and you've got half the game left to make up that, and there's a double points round and a big bonus at the end. Okay. But so plenty of time to make up points. So you guys have your big show debut tomorrow. You'll be joining the Trivia List Network. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the show?
Phil, go for it.
Yeah. So thanks so much, Chris. Yeah, so we're starting our own trivia show tomorrow, brought to you by the Trivia List, called Feeling Smart. It's a trivia game show for the nerd in all of us, and we really do mean the nerd in all of us. So whether it's, you're thinking of pop culture, you're thinking of video games, you're thinking of anime, everything in between, we want people to come, hang out with us, and go against our special guest each week to find out if you're feeling smart.
Yeah, our first guest tomorrow is going to be the lovely Trey Vane. We knew him from work and undergrad, and he's just an amazing pop culture aficionado. We'll put a PH in there with aficionado. And you should definitely follow him on Instagram and that other thing. What's the other thing that everyone does?
TikTok.
Showing my age here, but definitely do that.
Oh, Phil, I put too many L's in your name. I was sorry.
No, it's okay. I love it.
It's tomorrow at 8. So everybody check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to playing. It's very exciting. So tune into back right here on the same, not the same gameplay site, but if you go to the Twitch channel, you can watch it and they'll direct you to the right gameplay site. All right, so let's head into our third round. This is it's going to be our puzzle round. This is where people get mad. Usually, they're already mad because because I'm not up on my canceled actors. But this is where they get really mad about the game. So, Phoebe, you told me you're into like disaster movies, like Geostorm.
Even way back, Twister, Armageddon, Deep Impact. Those 2 movies came out at the same time. Very confusing. Day After Tomorrow. All of those. 2012. Roland Emmerich. Is he canceled? Let me know. Because
probably if we're talking about him, he probably is. I feel like it's like a curse. We're like I can't bring up anyone who's not. So this round is all it's before and aftermath. So it's a before and after round, which if you've watched Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune or played this game before, you know how it works. I'm going to give you a clue that's going to lead you to 2 separate titles or words that are going to have an overlap in the middle. So for this one, at least half of the before and after will be made up of a disaster movie title. Okay, but so like half of it at least is going to be the title of a disaster movie. It might blend with something else. It might blend with another disaster movie, but at least half of it's going to be disaster movie. Okay, so keep an eye out for that. All right, here we go. You guys ready?
So excited.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. Climate change brings about numerous ecological disasters, including an ice age, and only Pierce Brosnan's James Bond can save us. Climate change brings about numerous ecological disasters, including an ice age, and only Pierce Brosnan's James Bond can save us.
You're a man after my own disastrous heart. I'm so
Remember everybody to not just put the name of the disaster movie, but you got to complete the puzzle. You have to get the and after. You have to get the end after for this. Ooh, this is one. Oh, someone snuck one in that it works, but I didn't think of it. So I want let me know who it was. The one that I wrote was The Day After Tomorrow Never Dies. But someone also wrote Die Another Day After Tomorrow, which also fits. So whoever that was in the comments, give me a shout. Yes, climate change is canceled. That one I know about. I know about that one. It was I've never seen a movie. Nicely done, guys. Die Another Day After Tomorrow absolutely works. And again, you've bested me, so this is your show now. I have to retire. If I get bested, I have to give up. All right, let's move on to your second one. Brosnan is back, and this time he's a geologist battling a volcano that threatens to take out a group of 1900s English gangsters who sew razor blades into their caps. Not everything's going to be a movie title necessarily. There's always going to be a disaster movie title in there, but the other half, I'm kind of leading you down the path here. They're not always going to be movie and movie. It's going to be a disaster movie. Sometimes it might be another movie title. Sometimes it might be something else entirely.
Phil, have you watched this show?
I don't think so.
This is what my boyfriend and I binged, and we now named all of our smart plugs after characters in this show.
Wait, I'm going to need to find out. I'm going to need to know what this is. This is not what I thought my answer was. My answer is not this good.
All right, a couple teams are on the right track, but didn't quite nail it. The disaster movie, Phoebe, I'm assuming you got this right?
Yeah, Dante's Peak.
Dante's Peak and Peaky Blinders, making your answer Dante's Peaky Blinders. Dante's Peaky Blinders, a good crossover event that there's still time for. If anyone's listening. All right, your next puzzle. Bruce Willis travels back in time from a post-apocalyptic future to study the Mayan prophecy that predicted the end of the world. And a slight note on this one, the structure is backwards on this one. Normally, the way I phrase the question will lead you to usually structured in the order that the answer is in, but this one's backwards. So take that as you will. Bruce Willis travels back in time from a post-apocalyptic future to study the Mayan prophecy that predicted the end of the world.
Wait.
My Bruce Willis movie knowledge is either not enough or overwhelmed.
Oh, no. Oh.
So this one's sort of a double, maybe not double disaster movie, but double apocalypse here. It's 2012 Monkeys. 2012 and 12 Monkeys. 2012 Monkeys is your answer. All right, question number 4. This one's also backwards. The phrasing's backwards on this one too. The structure. Linda Hamilton fights to protect her son and prevent a fateful day that will bring about a robot apocalypse and a whole bunch of tornadoes. There's a typo in there, but that's unintentional. Linda Hamilton fights to protect her son and prevent a fateful day that will bring about a robot apocalypse and a whole bunch of tornadoes.
For the last one, I was thinking Apocalypto, the cancel, or Mel Gibson canceled.
Yeah, there's more cancellation. heavy cancellation there. Another guy who was like canceled many times, like canceled, came back, did it again. And
yet he's persisted somehow.
I know. He's like, he keeps showing up and stuff. You flip through like Hulu and you see like a movie with him, like a crazy white beard. And it's like, who's putting him in movies? Probably other people like me who didn't. I mean, I don't know how you don't know that he's canceled, but maybe there's other people living under rocks who didn't know. All right, so this one, let me just make sure that this one's fine. Let me just make sure I grade everybody correctly. All right, so this one, Phoebe, you mentioned this one up top a little bit.
Sorry if I gave away a few.
No, that's okay. No, that's okay. It's like a nice reminder of what some of these movies are. So the front half of that is Twister, and the other half is Terminator 2 Judgment Day, or just Terminator is fine. So Twist Terminator 2 Judgment Day. But Twister is pretty. Have you guys seen Twister like recently?
Mm-mm.
I feel like it's still pretty. I saw it not that long ago, and it's still pretty good. It still holds up pretty well.
I'm glad to say that because I had a friend watch it recently who was like, it doesn't hold up as much as we thought. And I was like, I refuse to have that blasphemy in my house.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Some of these movies you can't really check back on because they're just going to end up disappointing you. But this one's fine. I'm happy to report this one's okay. All right. Question number 5. A group of oil rig drillers are sent into space to destroy an asteroid with a little help from this MCU and Boogie Nights actor. A group of oil rig drillers are sent into space to destroy an asteroid with a little help from this MCU and Boogie Nights actor. This one I posted on my Instagram earlier today. Feel free to follow me for hints such as that ahead of the game.
You gotta check my spelling on that one. I might be
so far I've gotten a lot of correct answers. Yeah, the first word is definitely weird to spell. It's a harder word to spell. It's Armageddon. And then the back half is that actor is War Machine, Colonel Rhodes, Don Cheadle. So Armageddon Cheadle is what I'm looking for. Armageddon Cheadle. All right, question number 6. Tommy Lee Jones needs help stopping a lava flow in downtown Los Angeles, so he calls in help from an aging Texas sheriff played by Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones needs help stopping a lava flow in downtown Los Angeles, so he calls in help from an aging Texas sheriff played by Tommy Lee Jones. I would love to see a double Tommy Lee Jones movie. That would be absolutely insane.
If Will Smith can do it, why not Tommy Lee Jones?
Oh, that Will Smith movie where he plays a younger version of himself?
Oh, yeah, Gemini Man. Man. It's a weird movie. It's an Ang Lee movie. I think I had that I had around a couple months ago about like surprising entries in directors' filmographies, because I was like, this is an Ang Lee movie. It's like that and the Hulk. It's pretty crazy.
Wait, he did the Hulk too? Wow. Okay.
He did the original Hulk, like the really weird Hulk from like
with Eric Bana.
With Eric Bana, yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. So this movie, Phoebe, did you see this the lava one?
Yes, and I can't remember what it's called.
It's very straightforward. It's just called Volcano. It's just called Volcano. So Volcano Country for Old Men is your answer. All right. It's just that movie's just they were like, what should we call this movie? Volcano? Sure. Volcano. And that's another one where it came out. That's another Armageddon Deep Impact thing. It came out at the same time as Dante's Peak. They were like concurrent releases. It was just like people want volcano movies, is what Hollywood was thinking. All right. Question number 7. A college a cappella group runs afoul of 3 converging weather fronts on a New England fishing boat. A college a cappella group runs afoul of 3 converging weather fronts on a New England fishing boat.
Phil, you're being called out in the chat.
I am?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Now that I submitted my answer, wait. Who's calling me out?
Not calling you out, looking for you.
Oh.
It's still reading chat.
All right. Well, Andrew, while we're waiting for the timer to run, Andrew wants to know what my shirt says. It does not say free. There's no Y in free Mel Gibson. It just says New York Beer Company. That's all it says. It's bar. That's all it says. There's no coded messages for Mel Gibson. Just sending Mel Gibson private messages through my shirts every week, revealing one letter at a time.
That's
all right. So this movie, I think 100% of teams got this right. Everyone who submitted got it right. Nicely done. It is your disaster movie is Perfect Storm, Pitch Perfect Storm. Another movie that I think that could be a great movie if they actually put them together. All right, question number 8, your final question of this round. Gerard Butler desperately searches for a place to keep his family safe from a destructive comet and finds a walled city built to keep wealthy people safe from zombies. There's another double apocalyptic answer here. All right. Gerard Butler desperately searches for a place to keep his family safe from a destructive comet and finds a walled city built to keep wealthy people safe from zombies. Yeah, I recently watched Pitch Perfect for the first time, and it was really good. I've never seen I haven't seen the sequels yet, so I don't know.
2 is eh.
2 is eh. Okay, maybe I'll skip it. Oh, we've also got a fan theory that Mel Gibson is Test. Test is the mysterious. For you guys don't know the crazy backstory of this. We have a mysterious figure in the chat called Test, and so now there's speculation that Mel Gibson is Test.
We love fan theories.
Fan theories are great. All right, I think everybody who got it right. Nothing to regrade here. So this movie, it's a new movie, I think, from 2020. It's called Greenland, and this is one of the back half of this is one of the last George Romero Dead movies. Greenland of the Dead is your answer. All right. So let's check out. Oh, sorry, I put up Phil. Me, Phil, take over. I'm gonna have a break. All right, here I am. Okay, so let's take a look at your scores and standings heading into this final round. Let's start with the 18s. We've got the Turds with 18, Meaty Tuck with 18. Just ahead of them with 19, we've got Sterling Cooper Roll and Deli Betts. And your leaders right now with 20. It's a very, very close game. We've got Chris. We've also got Ricky Scabs, Dickie Dabs, and Good God Lemon really close. Phil and Phoebe, you are incredibly close to one another. You are at 13 points and 14 points. It's really, really close. All right. So this last round, let's head to our last round. This is your double points round. There'll be 2 available points for each question. You don't have to get both parts of it right. But you can just name one. So we've got Phil and Phoebe here. Their name of their show is Feeling Smart with a PH. So your last round is called pH Balance. So I'm going to give you a clue. And you have to determine if the clue describes someone or something movie related with the initials PH. Everything. So for that one, if the initials are PH in that order, P and H, you put yes, or if it's not, you put no. Okay, so 1 point for yes or no if it's PH. And then, oh, the special guest. I keep forgetting the special guest. I'm so sorry. We have a special guest. I don't know why I've forgotten this 2 weeks in a row. What is going on?
Phil again.
It's Phil again. It's total pandemonium here. I'm forgetting how the show works. I'm very sorry to our special guest. Yeah, I know you all want the guest. I want the guest too. I'm getting carried away these last 2 weeks. I can't even blame doing 2 shows this time. I've got no excuse. So please welcome. This is the point in the show where we have a special guest come in. This game is totally free to play, but we rely on your donations to keep it going. And also these ads now that these intrusive ads are also helping. But I like to bring in special characters from the history of cinema to make this plea for me. So please welcome to the show Jack Dawson. Jack Dawson is here. He's welcoming us. Hi, Jack. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't.
Do you not want me to come? Because I don't.
I do. I know it seems like I don't want you here because I forgot about you.
You know, like a boy like me from Wisconsin. Not a lot of many people want me around, but I'm just living my life one day at a time, trying to jump one ship to another.
Yeah. How many ships do you jump? I
jumped a lot of ships. It's cold in here.
It's cold. Oh, is the Titanic currently sinking, Jack?
No, we're good right now.
Well, I'm sorry for the spoiler alert, I guess, about your well-being.
The boat ride? Oh, the boat ride's great.
It's great. Great so far.
Fabrizio. Fabrizio's the funniest guy. He's always like doing his thing, and I'm always like, Fabrizio, what are you doing?
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. So you're having a good time on the boat, yeah? You're making friends?
Oh my God, Titanic is awesome. Like, it's so big.
It's a ship of dreams.
And yeah, it was. And the thing about Titanic is, like, look, I'm a single guy right now. Like, I've been in Paris recently drawing photos of one-legged prostitutes. And
exclusively just them?
I just honestly, it's kind of like my thing. I've been doing
when you find your artistic voice, you got to stick with it.
I've been doing the artist way recently, and it's just like I kind of realized like that's kind of my thing is just
that's like drawing. Yeah, that's your voice.
Actually, I must draw you like one of my one-legged French prostitutes.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Do you need me posed a certain way, Jack, or
here? Wear this. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. 1 second. This is. And you're saying something. You're saying.
Here, I'll do it.
Okay. It's using.
Yeah, that's me. You got that's me all over. All right. Jack, I know it's getting late on the boat. So why don't you tell everybody about donating to the movie quiz?
I thought you would never ask. Hey guys, what's up? Jack Dawson here from Wisconsin on this awesome boat. This boat's really fun, but you know what's even more fun? Working really hard in something you love, which is what Chris does every day for you. This trivia show is not the ads. I don't know what the ads are about, but he does this for free. So the least he could do is like give him some money. You throw him some money in the tip jar. You could use your Venmo. And and Joey, if you're watching, like choose me over Pacey.
Well, so you are it's that you are that same Dawson.
No.
Oh.
It's a there's this girl on this boat named Joey who I'm really into, but like I don't know. I'm keeping my options open.
Well, yeah, you got it's a big like we said, it's a big boat. So yeah, listen to Jack Dawson of Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
Just if you can throw a couple bucks per player per game in the tip jar via Venmo or a credit card link on the gameplay site goes a long way towards.
Or if you're playing a game of poker and you just by happen to win something, why don't you give the winnings to Chris?
Thank you, Jack. And also, Jack, you have a plug for something that starts soon, right?
That's right. At 9. That's right. I do. At 9:00 p.m. tonight Eastern Standard Time, a man by the name of Yoni Lotan.
I've heard of him.
Yeah. On his Instagram, at Yoni Lotan, will be performing the entire movie of Titanic on Instagram Live. He printed out, literally, he wrote a brief description of every scene as notes. One of them being Cal tells Lovejoy to find them. Montage chase scene. Car sex scene. You know it, you love it. Rose is put on a boat. Cal lies. So it's going to be really chaotic. I bought a $14 Heart of the Ocean necklace. I bought a little miniature Titanic as a prop.
You bought these things for Yoni? Jack, he made you buy these things out of your pocket?
I mean, I'm just a simple boy from Wisconsin. And I have a stereotypical Italian friend.
You do. And you'll see him on Yoni's Instagram in just about 1 hour. Tune into Yoni's Instagram.
And if you want to act with Yoni, you totally can.
Yes, you should. Right. It's fun. You said it's chaotic. I can't imagine how that could be true. All right, Jack. Well, thank you. And
1 second. They're announcing something on the boat.
Well, yeah, you probably should attend to that.
I should attend to this announcement?
Yeah, you should. You should pay attention. All right. Bye, Jack. Bye. Thank you. All right. Let's bring Phoebe and Phil back in. So that was Jack from Titanic. Yoni made him buy all the props for his Instagram show. It's really not fair of Yoni. So anyway, again, 2 weeks in a row, I got ahead of myself with round 4. I apologize to my special guests once again. So anyway, I started describing this round. It's called pH balance. So I'm gonna describe something. It could be an actor, a movie, a character. I'll let you know what categorization it falls into. First, you determine for the first point, does that thing or person have the initials PH? If it does, you answer yes. If it doesn't, you answer no. And either way, whether it's PH or not, for the second point, you can answer what I'm describing, right? So for example, if I were to say an actor and they played Crocodile Dundee and then sold Subarus on TV, that's Paul Hogan. So you can answer yes and Paul Hogan. And for either point, you don't have to get both. You can get either right. But if I said to you a character, The Boy Who Lived, that's Harry Potter. It's got P and H, but not in the right order. So your answers would be no. And then you tell me that it's Harry Potter that I'm talking about. Okay, so let's go for it. Let's jump into this next round, this final regular round before a big bonus question. Question number 1. This is an actor. More than half of her credits are as a version of herself, though she did play a character that's not herself in the House of Wax remake. So answer yes or no. Does this person, this is a person in the first one, yes or no, does this person have the initials PH? And either way, whether it's yes or no, tell me who I'm talking about. A lot of correct answers so far. Nicely done.
Such a good use of PHs.
Yes, excellent first question for this one. Her music automatically just came to mind.
Stars Are Blind.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Stars Are Blind. I think circa the same time as House of Wax. It was like in the same zone there. So this person, your answer is yes. This is someone with PH, and her name is Paris Hilton. That's Paris Hilton. Very high scores on this one. Nicely done. All right. Question number 2. This is a movie. I'm talking about a movie here. Rapper's kid and play throw an epic bash when one of their parents go on vacation. Does this movie have the initials P then H? And what movie am I talking about? Either way, you answer the what am I talking about question either way for a point, whether it's yes or no. Yes, it is a truly weird round. It is a truly weird round. I agree. I had to come up with a way. I had to come up with a way to make it worth 2 points. But I think, I don't know. So far, everyone's doing well. So
I'm digging it.
A couple of teams did say yes and said party house, but it's actually just, you got to invert all of that because it's no house party. It's no and house party.
No.
I mean, party house, it could have easily been called party house. It's basically house party and party house are sort of, it's like a transitive property. They're sort of the same thing. All right, question number 3. Character. This is a character, not an actor, but the character. Starred in a disconnected trilogy of movies with installments about a bicycle, a circus, and a vacation. So does this character have the initials PH? And who am I talking about? Person starting by disconnected trilogy, I mean 3 movies that don't really same character, but the movies don't share a continuity.
Is he canceled?
Yeah, it's like
What?
I mean, I think he was canceled pre-internet, and then he came back and has just sort of, I think, laid low since. He's uncanceled.
Okay.
Jane says he's uncanceled. Yeah. All right. So this one, you guys, clearly Phoebe knows who I'm talking about. The answer is yes, because the character I'm looking for is Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee is a hyphenate, so it's one word. Or if you made Pee Wee one word, that also counts. So yeah, yes, and Pee Wee Herman. All right. Question number 4. A movie. Looking for a movie here. A documentary style romantic comedy starring Charlene Yee and Michael Cera. Is this a PH movie? And whether it is or isn't, what is it called?
I just remembered this movie. This was cute. I wonder what happened to her. I've not heard much from her since this movie.
Yeah, she was in a few things, like some Judd Apatow movies in that era, but that was like a while ago.
Yeah.
Phoebe, you said you were watching some of those era comedies too, right? Is that, speaking of because I'd always when a comedy's over 10 years old, I'm always kind of scared to watch it now because I'm like, I feel like there's going to be so much that has not aged well.
It's not perfect, but overall,
there are worse. Yeah, there are worse things. All right, so your answer here was yes. This is a PH movie called Paper Heart. This is Paper Heart. Yes. And you don't have to, you can guess. You don't have to, if you didn't know Paper Heart, you could still say yes and get the point for yes. You don't have to, your answers don't have to line up. You can split up your answers and get the point. All right, question number 5. Author. This is an author for question number 5. This person wrote the books that were the basis for the movies The Talented Mr. Ripley and Carol. Is that a PH person? And if so, or if not, what is that person's name? One team has gotten it right already. Nicely done. Say this is probably the hardest one of the round. Yeah, even if you don't know the person's name, you can guess yes or no. Yeah, there's no harm, no foul in guessing yes or no. All right, 2 people have gotten this person's name. She is a PH. Her name is Patricia Highsmith. Patricia Highsmith is the 7% of teams, but 61% correctly guessed yes. So you can still get a point, even if you don't know the person's name. All right, or the movie. There's movies, characters, lots of different categories here. An actor. We're back to actors here. This actor starred in Remember the Titans, I Love You, Beth Cooper, and TV's Heroes, the TV show Heroes. Starred in Remember the Titans. Looking for the actor's name here. All right. So is this a PH person?
Got to spell check me on this one too.
Yeah, this is definitely this is where thankfully spelling does not count. All right. I think a pretty good percentage on this. So your answer, is this a PH person or not? Your answer is no. She's an HP person. Her name is Hayden Panettiere. Hayden Panettiere is her name. Pretty good numbers on this one. 78% knew that it wasn't, or at least guessed, and about half remembered Hayden Panettiere's name. All right, question number 7. I'm looking for a character here. A character. The main antagonist of the Hey Arnold TV series and movies. This character's initials PH or not? And what is their name? Coming back to the animation, to Nickelodeon for you, Phil.
I know. You know what? She's honestly an iconic character that I feel like when I've rewatched the show recently, just, quarantine with not much to do, she's very sad. She was very sad. I don't know how they let kids get away with that.
I feel like there's a lot of characters talking about like how things age. I feel like there's several characters like that where it's like they're supposed to be like the bully. You kind of can. They are the bully, or they're like the antagonist, but they're sort of, you see like a layer of empathy that you didn't exactly see.
Yeah.
when like how they ended up that way.
Exactly.
So this character is not PH. She's HP, just like all the other no's so far. It's Helga Pataki. Helga Pataki is your answer. Good, pretty solid answering there. 72% for both. And question number 8, your final regular question of the game. Actor. I'm looking for an actor here. He's an SNL alum who played Arnold Schwarzenegger's nosy neighbor in Jingle All the Way. SNL alum who played Schwarzenegger's nosy neighbor in Jingle All the Way. All right. So far, pretty much everybody who submitted has gotten it right. Nicely done. All right. So this person, 14 teams said yes. They are correct. This is a PH person. The double PH, because his first name was Phil. He's no longer alive, unfortunately. His name was Phil Hartman. That's Phil Hartman, played the neighbor in Jingle All the Way. So nicely done, everybody. I know it was kind of a weird round, but nicely. Oh, Tez, yes, for yes, I can correct. I see a request to accept Tess in the. I thought that was you wanted me to take that for Phil Hartman, but it's for yes. Obviously, yes, I can take that. All right, so let's take a look at your scores as we head into the big bonus question. We've got Sterling Cooper Roland Deli Betts with 32, Meaty Tuck with 33, the Turds with 34, and leading the way with 36 points is Chris. All right, so we've got one more question left. It's your big bonus question. So the way that this is going to work is I'm going to ask you a question that has 2 correct answers, but I'm also going to show you a third fake out answer. Okay, so if you pick the decoy answer at all, if you pick the fake, you don't get any points. You won't get the decoy is like a mine. If you pick that one, 0 points. But if you know one, you absolutely know one of these is right, you can just pick that one and get 4 points. If you know 2 or you guess 2 correctly, you get 8 points. So this last question is worth anywhere between 0 and 8 points. You can't lose anything, though. You can't lose anything, so you have no reason not to guess. So pick 1, pick 2, pick 1 if you know it, but you don't want to risk hitting the decoy, or go for broke. All right, so this last one, I usually try to find an overlap between a couple of different themes or categories that we've touched on tonight. And so rolling straight on forward with the PH category, this last one's going to be about Philip Seymour Hoffman. You get the Seymour out of there, you got Philip Hoffman, and he counts. All right, so here is your question, your final question. Which 2 90s movies that have been mentioned in tonight's quiz featured early career roles by noted PH actor Philip Seymour Hoffman? Is it The Flintstones, Twister, or Talented Mr. Ripley? 2 of these are correct. One of them is fake. Which of these 2 movies that we've talked about tonight featured early roles from Philip Seymour Hoffman? All right, here we go. Question timer starts now.
Exactly. I'm just gonna go for the one.
Yeah, that's smart. That if you know one, then yeah, and you don't know. So what's the one that you did go for, Phil?
The one that I'm like 90% sure on was The Talented Mr. Ripley.
That's right. He was absolutely in Talented Mr. Ripley. He has a pretty big role in it. So your last one is down to Flintstones versus Twister. And he played one of the storm chasers in Twister. So your answer is The Talented Mr. Ripley and Twister. He plays like kind of a comedic relief. It's not a great role, but yes, he was the Twister itself. The man could do anything. He could play any. He could play any kind of role. All right, so let's check out your scores and standings. Your winners tonight. All right, let's start with 40 because it was all really close. Sterling Cooper Roland Deli Betts in 4th with 40, just ahead of them with 41. Meaty Tuck in 2nd place with 42. So close. The Turds and your winner, they held on and got both right with 44 points. They finished out the night. Chris is your winner tonight. So nicely done. And Phoebe and Phil, you guys are perfectly suited to host a game together because you tied.
Yeah.
You tied. Excellent work.
So together we probably would have done better. Better together.
And very close. Lots of teams very close, right out of that 40-point range. So nicely done. Good. Thank you, Phoebe and Phil. I hope you had a good time playing. Nice job tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks. It was a lot of fun.
amazing.
And everybody tune in to Feeling Smart with Phoebe and Phil tomorrow night on the Trivia List, twitch.tv/the Trivia List at 8 o'clock. It's going to be a big, exciting show. I'm really looking forward to it. I'll be in the chat tomorrow. So I'll see you guys virtually tomorrow. And good luck. Break a leg.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Chris.
And all right, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you to Yoni Lotan for hooking me up with Jack Dawson. He was wonderful. And tune into Yoni's live stream in 45 minutes. Where he's going to be live. You'll see Jack Dawson again, I'm assuming. Thank you so much to everybody playing. Please follow us on Twitch. It'll be a big help to us too. Donate if you can. Otherwise, stay safe, wear a mask, get your vax, watch some movies, and I will see you back here next Wednesday night at 8 o'clock for more movie quiz. Good night, everybody.